I love your story so, so much. And what really draws me to you, even through like our verbal or our written communication over the last few weeks, is your energy. And I feel like that probably is who you are inside. And I would love to hear, as you were working through these physical challenges, did you feel like there was an energy that was like you weren't able to tap into that because you were so exhausted and sort of feeling uncomfortable? Like, what was that like?
Oh my gosh, yes. And this is honestly where I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs who are trying to grow a business, but they feel like crap in their body. It's like that is the foundation. Our health is the foundation of feeling amazing. And so for me, yeah, I was in graduate school becoming, I was already a dietitian and I was expanding, my education. And I couldn't like kill it in other areas of life. Like I could literally just survive and be in grad school. And that was kind of it. And it was after grad school where I was finally able to be like, all right, like I need to put attention towards my health. When actuality, when I was in grad school, I needed to have probably paused and said, like, oh no, I need to focus on my health first. My health comes first. My health always comes first. And I think that's a lesson for entrepreneurs too, is like your health needs to always come first because then your business will skyrocket. And so that's honestly a lot of people that we serve are entrepreneurs with Gut Personal. So yeah, it was, and I think energy too is like all about intention, right? Like
Mm.
I am so jazzed for the most part on life, but I'm so jazzed about our mission and what we're doing in the world that like that shines through. And I think with growing both of my businesses, we've been able to grow so quickly because people know that my energy is authentic, that my purpose and my passion for my business come through when I speak about it, whether if it's on social media or a podcast. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I cannot agree more that like for an entrepreneur who loves their business so much and wants nothing
Mm-hmm.
more than for their clients to be happy and served and to, shout their names from the rooftop,
Mm-hmm.
we often put our clients before ourselves. And then after that, we put our families before ourselves. And sometimes we
Yes.
put our clients before our families. Like that is, we have such a backwards way of looking at life as an entrepreneur. And it's nobody's fault. It's just sort of like the hustle that we agreed to, when
Yeah.
we registered our business and decided, like, oh, I'm not going to work 9 to 5 anymore. Like, I'm going to be free. And then you're just tethered to your work at all times. And
Yes.
I hear this a lot, and I've also experienced this where there's just that like, you can't shut it down, but also you're not very efficient and you're not actually getting a lot done, but you're just sitting there staring at your desk and like tinkering around and feeling tired and like you're just busy all the time, but nothing's
Mm-hmm.
happening. Can you share a little bit about how like just finding alignment within your body and your gut
Mm-hmm.
health and sort of your overall wellness can create a ripple effect to help us not to feel like that so much anymore?
Yeah, wow, that is so important. And I think it comes back to our intentions. It's like setting intentions. And I think when we're busy or we're in this hustle of like entrepreneurship or just even life, right? Like I'm a new mom and like there's a lot going on. If I don't set a daily intention of how I want to feel, and actually I have my team do this too, so everyone can steal this hack at the beginning of the day, I actually have my team tune into how do they want to feel for that day and what actions are they going to take. And that's what I
Mm,
do for myself because if we if we don't set that intention and we just like roll over from the like day before, and let's say the day before we felt scattered and busy and all these things and then we move into the next day not reflecting on that and then setting an intention for the day that um then it doesn't work and then we're not leading a really intentional life. So I think it starts with intention setting and then tapping into the energy and the emotion of how you want to feel helps you be more productive. Because if I say, like, I should even pull up my Slack right now and see what I said, but I think I said I wanted to feel present. And I wanted to feel, gosh, I think presence was a really big one for me today. And so if I have the intention of presence today, I'm not going to run through my day like kind of what you said of like the blah. I think I also said I wanted to feel inspired. So like right now sitting on this podcast with you, I'm like, how do I feel really present with you right now? And then also feel inspired or inspiring. So I really think it's setting intentions.
I love that. I couldn't agree more. It's something that it's free. It's a tool that we have available to us every day and
Yeah.
something that we could definitely tap into. And on that note too, let's talk about like you have physical products that help
Yes.
people with their gut health. I am a super fan. I have tried your magnesium. It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And yet like what I really want to tap into this today because I think it's so cool. So speaking of like thinking outside the box and being a rebel in what you do in your industry and as an entrepreneur, you have physical products that are sort of, supplements and health products. And your audience seems to be very much comprised of entrepreneurs and business owners and, busy moms and people who tend to sort of forget about their own health and wellness until they meet you. And I'd love to hear sort of, as somebody who has a product that every human could benefit from, how did you decide or, you know, how did this become your niche?
Mm. Wait, can you come onto my marketing team? Because I feel like you just gave me a lot of clarity of like, wait a minute. I don't even think I ever have realized that in 3 years.
I could be
Look
wrong.
at you.
I
No,
just
no,
met
no.
you.
You are 1,000% right, which people, if you're listening to this podcast, you've probably gained a lot of knowledge from you because sitting with this demographic for 3 years, I've never thought about it like that. So thank you. I'll pay you in
Absolutely.
magnesium later. It's
Awesome.
funny because I think, from my story, it's like you serve who you are, right? And I think that in some ways I am that rebel. I don't subscribe to typical marketing. We've grown gut personal. Let's just, the physical product company almost to $2 million without any ads.
Mm.
We do it a lot through affiliate marketing, which is kind of unconventional, right? And another unconventional thing that as a founder, like I'm always tuning into my gut instinct. And so I think we have to have these people that we hire or that, coaches or business coaches or, like people that we learn from. But I think what's unconventional about me and where I am a rebel is I always take it through my own lens. I take it through my body and like, how does that feel when someone says we should do it that way? You know what I mean? So I think that's a piece of the rebel entrepreneurship that I do, and that's been really successful for me. And I think we just speak to that person and their pain points of like they are really busy and they are, health does come last sometimes. So yeah, that's a revelation for me. Thank you.
Yay, of course. That's awesome. And I think you do several things that are really innovative and out of the box. One of them
Mm,
is your affiliate experience. And I say that like
mm,
most people have an affiliate program. You have an
mm.
affiliate experience where
Oh,
like affiliates can sort of be these like external contacts that you give a link to and then they share the link and then they get the money. Like it's
mhm,
transactional. But I feel like for you and for the Gut Personal affiliates, you kind of bring them into your ecosystem and they
mm.
become a part of your team. I mean, you have
Yeah.
calls all the time, you have all of these resources and ways to support them. And the way that you do affiliates, could you walk us through that? Because it's so, so epic.
Oh my God. Thank you. Um,
Absolutely. Thank you.
yeah. So like, I've always thought about our customers and our affiliates. Well, let me take you back actually. So my first business, I ended up, I'm a dietitian and I was seeing one-on-one clients and had all these services. But then I went into business coaching because I was having a really successful company and a lot of other dietitians were asking me, holy shit, how are you having, my first month in business was $42,000. And my girlfriends who also went online at the same time were like, oh my God, how did you do that? And so I started business coaching and I really loved it. And I do business coaching still. And it's a big passion of mine because I just want to see women win so much. And I think wealth creation is a way that we can win. It's a way that we can, gives us more freedom in decision making and time. And so when I was creating Gut Personal, I was like, my vision for this company is not only health for millions of women and their families to amplify that, it's also wealth. And so again, when I was creating Gut Personal, one of my intentions, and it goes back to this, is like one of my intentions is to create wealth for women. And so how do we do that? We build a bomb ass affiliate team where they come in, they feel like they're part of our family and that they can also be a part of it in growing wealth. And, we actually decided to take on female investors as well, which just speaks to that mission of creating wealth for women. So I think when I was building the affiliate program and when we build it now, we have 250 affiliates who, I think of all of them as an extension of our brand. And it's funny because I'll voice note some of them and they'll be like, oh my God, I cannot believe you're voice noting me. And it's like, girlfriend, you are a part of this team. And so I think if anyone has an affiliate program, it's like set those people up for success. So if I'm going to have a call with my team about a launch plan, I should probably have a call with our affiliates on a launch plan. So it's clear communication. And that's how we kind of do it.
I love that. And the thing too, we work with a lot of course creators who have amazing courses and they're like, I have guest teachers and I've given them an affiliate link and they don't share it. What's going on? And I think people, we can't expect other people to love our business as much as we do unless we bring them into the fold and give them all of the tools so that they can fall in love with it, right? Otherwise, you're just another business where they have a link and they're not going to share it because why would they, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really beautiful to actually treat them like part of your team. And even more importantly, I think for you, they become part of this beautiful family where not only are they inspired to share because they get commission or whatever, but it's like, how can you not share? Right?
Yes.
That's how we want affiliate. That's how we get affiliates to win, right? Because it's a win.
Absolutely.
Affiliate is win-win always. So you do a great job.
I love that. And I think and especially with course creators, I think what goes wrong with the affiliate program are probably two things. One, they're not giving enough commission. If you are really working on scaling your course, and this is your zone of genius, so don't let me speak to it too much, but when you're working on a scalable, let's say it's an evergreen course and you're giving someone 10%, they're getting $20 per sale. If it's something that's super scalable that you don't have to put a lot of one-on-one time in, give them 50, 40, 50% of the sale. You are like, yes, queen.
Absolutely.
So that's like a huge mistake I see most course creators do. And then also they're not thinking of it when they're creating their launch plan. I think affiliate marketing sometimes can take an afterthought. And so for me and my team, it's always like an aspect of the launch. So, we're going through, okay, what's our email marketing? What's our social media marketing? What's our affiliate marketing strategy? So making sure you're bringing it more to the forefront and that you also have someone on your team, whether it's you as the founder or if it's your director of marketing, or, now we just hired a director of partnerships because it's scaling so big, is that they're focused on affiliate marketing in the service. So yeah, that's what I would say about that.
Beautiful. Again, they're part of the team. They're part of the family. They're part of the communication. And, the way that you guys communicate with your affiliates, you communicate often and you offer a lot of opportunity to connect, which I think is
Yeah.
it's a community in and of itself, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Beautiful. I love that. Let's talk about, and you said that you did a little bit of course creation. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
on the business coaching side or the gut personal side?
GutPersonal. So we do have courses, and our most successful course has always been a part of our group program. So our group program I launched 3 years ago. I mean, 3.5 at this point. Jeez, oh Pete. Like dating myself. I'm like, I'm an early entrepreneur. And I'm like, oh my God, 3.5 years ago. So that's been our most successful course launch. To be honest, I could learn a lot from you on launching courses in and of themselves. My first business, what I was really great at is launching one-on-one coaching and high ticket. And now, of course, the supplements have scaled. But I think there's always area of opportunity, especially with the courses, where there's so much you could do. And, people, and I'm sure people who work with you are scaling courses to be, six figures, multi six figures, and millions of dollars a year. And we haven't gotten our courses to that. I think it comes back to like focus. You know what I mean? We haven't really focused on that. So where your energy goes, oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this.
I love this quote. Say it, girl.
What is it? Can you say it? I always butcher it.
I'm scared. Where energy go.
I got it.
You got it. Okay, do it.
I got it. Where intention goes, energy flows.
There it is.
Boom, baby. Boom, baby. I screwed that up on a stage in front of 1,000 people once, and I was like, "Yeah, that was pretty good."
You know what? I love it. It's when speakers are not showing their human side, it makes me really uncomfortable. So,
yes.
Good job.
So we haven't intended to like really grow that part of our business, but yeah, and the one that's part of our group program like does really well, and it's kind of our bread and butter.
Awesome. Courses have limitless potential, and I think that's part of the overwhelm of what keeps people from really focusing on them, because they can serve so many purposes. And for what you do and how much you focus on intention, it sounds like the course is serving, it's providing the service that it needs to provide at this moment. And if there's, the intention to serve a specific part of your business in a new way, next year, or being able to put that course in front of a new audience, like you always have that at your disposal. But it sounds like it's a success, whether it's, 7 figures or 4 figures, it doesn't really matter. It's more of if it's given results and changed people's lives, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's beautiful. I love that. And I love that you, again, like there are so many supplement companies and, health and wellness products and companies that strictly focus on promoting the products. Products are probably great. They're probably, I think that there are a lot of companies out there that put a lot of great intention into their products, but less people and less founders and business owners focus on education. And that to me, like, I can be coerced by an ad to buy something and take it because I think it's going to be good for me and like cross my fingers, hope for the best, and not really know if it's working. If we are armed with education, we can then make decisions that feel like they're actually intentionally solving challenges or, enhancing our life. How have you found that piece of your business to benefit your clients?
Oh my God, this is so good. We really come from a place of empowerment. And I always think about not only what's going to sell, right? Because that we're growing a business. I have huge goals for selling the business for $300 million.
Yes, girl.
To show other women that we freaking can do this unconventionally. So when I'm thinking of how do we grow the business, it's not only, okay, how do we grow, our revenue, but then how do we grow our impact? And people have to feel, I believe, in the health space or in any space, empowered to make a decision. And so we support them in their journey of empowerment through education, of saying, I think a big pain point that our audience has is that they think they have food sensitivities and that foods are causing problems for them. And that's actually not the case. Even though if you ingest a food, let's use gluten, for example. If you ingest gluten and it gives you a reaction, that's actually not the gluten that's causing the reaction. Your gut is a mess if you're sensitive to foods. And so a piece that we are continually educating on, I was literally talking to someone in the DMs today who was like, I think I need a food sensitivity test. I was like, you actually don't. And you need a poop test, because the poop test is then going to tell you what's going on in your gut. And so that's, we educate through the DMs, like in one-on-one education. We educate, through social media. And then we also host, free master classes. And then we do have a membership where, people can come more into our community. My golden retriever is trying to protect me right now. He's growling. Ollie,
I heard poop.
yeah, he's like, what the hell? That they can get educated with us in many different ways. And we do a weekly live. And, some things I hear from entrepreneurs is that like, oh, that's dead. That's dead. Like, for example, like lives are dead. Don't do lives anymore. Or master classes are dead. Don't do that. We're not really concerned with always with what's working, what's not in terms of education. We are just continually asking ourselves, like, how can we educate more? If that makes sense.
Definitely. I find too, like, everybody says Facebook groups are dead, but I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups that are very much alive. And I think it's less about the platform and more about the community and the content. And if you are like, I will go wherever you are. If you're on YouTube, I'll put YouTube on my phone just to find your content. Like, it's exposing yourself to new audiences, I think, is one of the biggest challenges that content creators in general have. Is, the people are out there, they exist. How do we connect with them and show them where we are? So yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, this whole time I'm like writing notes over here. Like, that is exactly how I feel, but I'm not a marketer by trade. You know what I mean? I'm a founder. I'm that visionary. And I feel like the way you're just putting things down, I'm like, yes. Okay. Tell me which podcast of yours to listen to, because you are so good at this.
Hey, well, I'm glad it's helpful. I don't know. I love good energy. I love people who do cool things. So it's easy to just, I don't know, shoot ideas around and talk about it. And you have great energy too, which is, I think, part of what has built your business. Yes, your product is phenomenal. Yes, you are very knowledgeable, and you attract people who want to be in your energy. And I think that's part of your content strategy as well, whether it's on paper or not. Like, you being in front of people and being part of that education process is probably a huge part of why you succeed.
Yeah.
So don't
Thank
stop.
you for the reminder. Yay.
Yeah, that's awesome. So as a founder, a visionary, a content creator, a product developer, a fierce and badass woman with huge goals and a mission to change the world, what would you tell somebody who's like, man, I have this idea. I've been thinking about it for a while. I don't know how to do it. I feel like I'm ready. What do I do? Like, what's the first step? What do you tell that person?
The first step is to take the step. You know what I mean? I think like just taking that first step and celebrating wins, right? When you take the small step, when you take that action, you have to celebrate yourself. You have to be proud of yourself, because then that attracts really good energy. And I was actually on a call with someone today. So like I was saying earlier, I do business coaching still, and it's not something that I put out there a lot. But I was on a like a intensive session with someone, And I was talking to her about um, being proud of herself and just releasing the things that feel heavy and attracting the things that feel light. So, for example, in her business, she's a visionary and she was doing all the operations. And so I asked her, I was like, okay, before our next session, I want you to write down what feels heavy and what feels light in your business. And a lot of the times for us visionaries or founders, what feels really heavy is the how. And that's something I have never allowed myself to feel weighed down by.
Mm.
So we hire people for the how, whether we need a business coach or someone to help us think through the how, or we hire someone in operations, whether it's a VA or an OBM. But what trips a lot of people up is like, okay, I need a business. Now, how do I create an LLC? Like, girlfriend, just start making money. Like, start doing what feels good. Like, start putting your services out there on Instagram. Like, or like maybe you're a content creator, or, you're an entrepreneur and you're scared to make a reel. Like, start on stories or take one of your stories and make it as a reel. And I think what's always helped me as well is just messy action. Just take the action. It's not going to be perfect, but perfection is something that we will never achieve. So why strive for it?
Amen. I love that. My favorite exercise and sort of thing to tell people to do if they're feeling uninspired or nervous or scared is find your favorite content creator, somebody that you aspire to, be like, or that you really appreciate their work, and go back as far as you can on their platform. If it's YouTube, like go all the way to their first video and watch it. You will feel so much better about where you're at and what you're about to create because it's part of their journey. That janky video got them to the 4 million followers they have today. Without that video, they would not be in front of you. So yeah, messy action. I love it.
God, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through my old videos so I can feel inspired.
Right. See, you're like, oh, I remember doing that. It's really funny too, because sometimes in the moment you're like, God, this is so terrible, but here we go. And 2 years later, you look at it and you're like, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. Right?
Literally, yes, absolutely. I love that so much.
Oh, amazing. Well, I know that we are coming up on time, and I honestly could keep you forever. Like, if you don't have to leave, please don't. But I want to make sure that we are able to talk about, what inspires you, what's next for you, and how can people join that movement and join you on that journey?
Yeah. So what's next for us in me is, like I said, I'm a new mom. My daughter's 3.5 months, is being in this season of this and that, of I can be a very successful entrepreneur, and I can be a mom, and I can be a great wife, and I can be a great friend. Like, I can be all those things, and just learning about myself as an entrepreneur and learning about myself as a mom, and in editing as I go. And we're going we're skyrocketing with GutPersonal. We have 5 incredible women on my team that I just love, and I love, growing the business with them. And, I really hope that like next year we've tripled the amount of people we've helped. We've helped 5,000 women already. And that number is really important to me because, as I shared with you, like my mission is to help 1 million women and their families feel better in their body. And so, I'm hoping we triple that for next year. And, if anyone wants to try our products, we have a discount code for your community. It's RB10. And you just go to gutpersonal.com/RB10. And
I think it's RBL10. It's RBL10.
RBL. Sorry. I'm so sorry. RBL10.
That's awesome. Thank
See,
you.
guys, that's the messy action. I'm like, oh, I can't even read what your discount code is. RBL10. Make sure you go to gutpersonal.com. If you're feeling not so great in your body, we have a great quiz. That is awesome. I know your favorite product is our magnesium.
It
And
is. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
You guys have to, I promise you, Bridgitte did not pay me to say that this is my favorite magnesium of all time. And I have tried all the magnesiums. Like if
Yes.
you're like high com magnesium, I'm so sorry, but if you are a com magnesium person, you should try this and you'll never go back.
There we go.
It's so
Love it.
tasty.
So
It is really like, it's a delight to drink. You don't have to be
I
like,
love
okay,
that.
here's my magnesium and like force it down. It is really enjoyable.
I'm so glad. That's the goal. That is the goal.
Oh, amazing. Well, I'm so grateful to be connected with you. How
Yeah.
can I support you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, keep taking the magnesium, girlfriend. Share about the mission.
None.
Yeah. Would love to have you in our family more, our affiliate family.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for inspiring people. I love this and that. I wrote that down. It's like I wrote it on my desk
Yeah.
with my marker because I think we often think that we have to be one or the other and we can't have it all. And we can't be both or everything. And this is a beautiful testament to your mission,
Thank you.
allowing people, especially women who love to serve everybody but themselves, that we can practice self-care. We can heal our bodies. We can do all of these things to keep ourselves functioning and happy and feeling really good, and also be there for our families, serve our kids,
Yeah.
not serve our kids. I hate saying that because then I feel like, anyway, you get what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we serve people around us from a place of love, and we want to make sure that it's truly from a place of love and not from a place of lack, right?
Yeah. I think the you can have it all is something that I tell, my clients all the time. It's something that I preach. So yeah, I loved that. And I loved this conversation, and we could go on and on. So if anyone has any questions, we can do a part 2.
Oh my gosh, it's happening. I'm just going to send you
Yeah.
the link as soon as we're off.
Yay. You're the
Thanks
best.
again. You're phenomenal. And
Thank
we will
you.
chat again soon.
Sounds good. Mwah. Thanks.
Are you still there?